and she was fielding some of these backhands middle like a champ. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I should have had that. And she was like, no worries. It just made me feel relaxed. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Gina and Neil, the pickleball podcast that is not afraid to call out the drama. I'm your co-host, Gina Salento, and this is Neil Friedenberg.
We're not here to talk about the pros or sugarcoat anything. We're here to talk about the chaos, the drama, because that's where really the sport lives.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Gina and Neil. Today, we're going to just talk about our experience playing tournaments in a different level in a way, because I was playing the Chicago Open,
APP
Chicago Open. Yep. And then you were playing.
I was playing a Flex League tournament that basically was a recap of the league where we didn't have any matches except one.
Oh my God.
They invited us, so that was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good time.
How many people were in your thing?
Oh gosh, I think there was somewhere around 20.
That's 20 teams or 20 people?
Yeah, there was about 6-7 teams actually.
Okay.
Scratch that.
All right.
About 14, 16 people.
Okay. So we're going to talk about like the differential between like maybe playing in a tournament that is more intense and counts for your ranking or your duper more than a flex league thing at some club.
Yours more on the line.
More on the line.
Money's
on the line. Would you say that when you play your matches, were you targeting the weaker player? Were you just more relaxed, having fun?
I'm always kind of having fun when you're playing pickleball, and in that atmosphere, it was a lot of fun. I wasn't really targeting the weaker player. We had some strategies.
Okay.
I think we played together and we just spread the court,
And you were telling me you made it all the way to the finals.
Yeah, we made it all the way to the finals.
Okay.
That was fun. So we were the team that basically, we both have families, and vacations kind of affected the entire summer. He's on vacation, I'm here. I'm on vacation, he was here. So we really couldn't get any matches in. But like I said earlier, they still invited us, and no, it was a lot of fun.
Okay. And you got to the finals.
We got to the finals, and we beat.
Well, who'd you play? Like, what were these guys like?
Well, they're all.
You said they went undefeated for the season.
Yeah, one of the teams went undefeated. They beat everybody, so it was kind of fun to play those guys. And
tell me about that.
They were mammoths. So I'm about 5'7". I've told you maybe 5'8" when I'm wearing some boots.
Yep.
So that's
kind of
cool.
Yep.
I feel tall. And then my partner is about 5'10", 5'9". So we're not massive human beings or anything like that. But the team we played, the team that beat everybody in the whole league, they're like both 6'7", 6'8".
That's massive.
Just big people.
Yeah. So their wingspan,
yeah,
they don't even have to move, and they're covering the whole
when you're dinking and you're moving them around, they're usually taking a dink out of the air. So we have to be really aware of that. Lobbing is usually not an opportunity unless maybe we change it up once in a while on a third shot. Instead of a third shot drop or a drive, we throw in a lob maybe once or twice a game.
But you beat them.
We beat them.
So what did it, when you're in that situation and you're playing people that are bigger than you, better reach, what was your strategy going into that to take them out?
We wanted to play solid. We wanted to not beat ourselves. I know that's kind of something you always say, but it's so true in pickleball. You don't want to beat yourselves. We didn't, I don't want to say we played safe, but we played smart. If that makes sense.
Like softer, more control?
Control. There wasn't a ton of drives, but there was every so often. We weren't predictable. There was no patterns to our game. We were just mixing it up at all times.
Did you win from winners or their errors?
Mainly from winners. We had to be extremely patient. Each point was just a grueling, sequence of shots. It lasted a long time.
Good pickleball.
Good pickleball. When we did make some points, that were fairly fast, it would be driving maybe a third shot and then going back to our drops and just getting to the line.
Do you find, though, when you play these bigger guys, they have a harder time, like on dinks at their feet, or not really?
They didn't make a lot of mistakes, but that's usually something I teach. When I talk about playing a taller or a bigger person, you want to make them kind of bend and have to bend. Sometimes it's not as easy for someone like that versus, someone that's like 5'7", 5'8", like me.
6'8's big.
That's just big, yeah. And they had quick hands too. So that was something to be aware of. So if you're trying to speed up something at the net, it's usually coming back even quicker.
To me, that's a really impressive win.
Yeah, we were pretty happy about it. We ended up doing well in the first game. It kind of caught us off guard too. We ended up pickling them the first game, so I think that was kind of a surprise for them, maybe mentally. and then they ended up beating us the second game. You know, it was best of 5. We went 3-1. Yeah, 3-1 against them.
That's
It was a
awesome.
good win. But all the other matches were just as good. I mean, everyone was good, and that's what you want. You want that type of pickleball, and that's the mindset too. When you go in, you just say, you know what, everyone's good. I say that to my kids when we're watching baseball and basketball, football, whatever it may be. They're all pros. I'm not saying these guys were all pros. Obviously, I'm not. But everyone's good. They have really high skill sets, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Towards the end of the night, this was like 5-6 hours. I was hurting, and there was a couple times where I had some mental lapses. Where there was a time where I missed about 4 third shots
in a row.
Yeah, every time we got the ball, and you know, I'd have to hit a third shot. They went to me. They were targeting me because I was missing them, and my partner goes, "You good? Are you good?" Yeah, so he had to pick me up. But that's what was good about our chemistry that we had on the court. There was times where I had a lapse. There was times where he had a lapse.
That happens, right?
It's part of it. It's part of the mental part of pickleball. You have to be kind of ready for that and have a plan because it happens.
And that's what's fun about having a partner playing doubles. Like you can rely, you're not out there as an island.
Yes.
You have that person to build you up and take you down if they suck as a partner. But
you know, my dad used to say, "You're only as good as your partner," and
I agree 100% with
he's right. Someone can be on and you can be off, and if you don't have a good partner that knows how to deal with that and can pick you up, you're toast. You're toast. We had just had that chemistry. I think it's just because we're a little bit older. There's some families. We have a lot of sports background besides pickleball. Yeah, we picked each other up. It was great.
That's awesome.
I needed it though. When I hit the fourth one in.
Did you call a timeout at that point? You should have.
We should have.
Yeah.
But
it's like a bad run in blackjack at the tables. You gotta walk away. If you're losing like that, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. That was a good time to take a timeout. I don't think we did, but he said, "I got you." You know, and that was kind of like
cute.
Yeah.
Aw, I got you. But you felt that.
I felt that. Yeah, I could tell, and like it refocused me. And
But that's the beauty of having a strong partner that isn't such an egomaniac that like you're bringing them down.
Oh yeah.
They're not being selfish. They're looking at it like, okay, I'm here for you.
Right.
Seriously, that's huge. You don't find that often.
You're one on that court. That's it. There's no 2 different people.
But don't you find a lot of times though that when you're playing, like especially like an open play, you're playing, but you're playing with a person that happens to be there with you, but you're playing for yourself. Like very few people really look like they are meshing with their partner.
Right. No.
And it's emotional.
Yeah. You have to be connected to your partner. Usually that comes from playing and practicing a lot. We've known each other for years and years and years, and we play in the same kind of rec games even
I know who your partner, and he's a great guy.
Good human being, good person, and I get more excited very quickly. You can turn me.
And he's a lefty.
And he's a lefty, and he's very calm. He's like the traditional, oh yeah, hey, Wisconsin, you know, we're gonna go out and have a beer. You want to come here later, you know, that kind of guy.
Yeah.
and he has names for all his shots that are just like, what the hell did you just say? Like what? And just makes you laugh. Kind of not really focuses you, but it kind of
relaxes.
Yeah, that's the word. Relaxes you, and hey, this is pickleball. We're having some fun. Every game's gonna be good. Everyone's good. Yeah, it's so much fun. Reminiscing as we're talking.
I had that same experience with my partner in Chicago. Well, we've never played before, but I've never played with Chris Cargis before, and she is a veteran. I got to learn. She plays MPL, you know, in a different team than me, But I had no idea she was a coach at Purdue for women's tennis, and she was a coach at Northwestern. So
those are some credentials.
Seriously, so she's a great coach, and being on the court with her when we've never played with each other before, the last match we played, these people played like number 1 for Duke and number 1 I think for UCLA or something, just powerhouses. And
that's crazy.
I thought I had a big forehand, massive forehands, massive 2-handed backhands like Anna Lee in the air.
Yeah.
And just attacking every ball. Now that's my deal. I try to beat you to that. We were on our heels a lot in that match, and Chris was just every ball just hanging right in there, and I just never and we were laughing like okay.
Yeah.
But it was neat to be on the court with someone that was so positive and fun, and I actually have that in the NPL as well. I have that as with my partner Molly Carter.
Yeah.
Who ended up taking silver with her partner in this tournament. But just the beauty of having that chemistry, even though we never played together before, it was important. So it's almost like you have to look at that. If I was at open play and I'm playing with someone I've never played with before, it just made it that much better to play with someone that's kind, like chemistry. And we just rolled. I mean, we did our best.
Another good human being that,
Yeah.
and you said coached at a very, very high level.
Yes.
Did that come out? Did you see that part of her on the court?
You know what? She never imposed it, but I'd be like, well, what are you seeing? Or I'd want her pick her brain because she could, and I think she was just so, just do you. Like she was just like, do you, Gina? And I did me, but I mean, it was like,
it's so cool. Me and her would get along. Be yourself, be the type of player, and we're gonna embrace that and be together out there. And we're successful. Yeah, and that's awesome. I just change everything. When change the dynamic.
No, she was so steady. Like nothing really rattled her. She just, and I can go like this.
Yeah.
She just kept us like.
Did that wear off on you a little bit?
Did it?
How steady she was, no calm, and
yeah. You know what it did? It made me feel like, okay, like when you said that Derek said, "Do I got you?" I just said, there was a couple shots down the middle because we're not used to playing each other, and I played the left side, so my forehand was always in the middle.
Yeah.
And I didn't get big enough, and she was fielding some of these backhands middle like a champ, and I was like, "I'm so sorry, I should have had that." And she was like, "No worries," and just made me feel relaxed so that I could maybe get into the match even more rather than worrying about, oh, I'm doing this wrong or I'm not doing enough here. She just was like, no worries. It's just great.
A great attitude to have. I like what you just said when, I should have had that. But even though we talk about it, don't look in the past, the rear view mirror, it's back there only through the windshield, right? She's telling you, don't worry about it. Next point. That's all that matters. It's the only thing that
I can get
the
stuck.
The next point.
And she doesn't let you get stuck. Like she was like,
smart.
Yeah, because I'll just sit there and
a little psychology out there.
I know.
Right?
I know. And she's just really really good with she really did a great job. Like everything was in front of her.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't, she had a lob. Okay, now I've always was like lob, ick. But it was so effective. We're used to playing indoor all year round. Mm-hmm. So it was outside and the sun was full tilt. She utilized that lob so strategically where the team was looking into the sun she hit like
no lobs. Mm-hmm. They definitely have a place, especially outdoors, I think. Sorry, I don't want to.
Yes, no, 100%. It worked.
When I do teach, it's at the line, the lob, out of the air. Yeah, all of a sudden you back them off the line. But I've been seeing them used once in a while. On the third shot, just to kind of throw a curveball.
Dane Gingrich. Yep. So she did a few of those, and it worked because the momentum's coming forward, and then she'd send it in a disguise, like it looked like a third ball drop.
Oh, they're holding it.
She's holding it, and then it went deep, and it
power of the hold.
Oh, I love the hold.
Yeah,
all day on that.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a joy to play with her, and I think I would love to do something again with her because it was like, wow, this was just a nice experience.
Yeah.
We didn't win gold, but we did well, and I just there was 19 teams in it, so it was a big draw,
and they're all good.
They're all good
players.
A lot of them are good.
A lot of credentials too, I'm sure. That's what I love, that part of pickleball where you're like, oh yeah, they played for Duke or Northwestern, or she coached at Purdue. That's just crazy to think.
Like I'm on the court with these people.
I was never a Division I athlete,
no,
and now they're all in pickleball and you're playing them.
Yeah, and you're holding your own.
Yeah, it's kind of cool
it's so cool
to feel that. Mm-hmm. It was personally maybe luckiest I could do was maybe Division II, but I got some letters from Division III all day long, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
But to play like D1 standouts.
Oh yeah.
That is kind
of feels cool.
It's a cool thing, yeah, when you're beating those kind of people.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't have nearly those credentials. Okay, but you also have a partner that's holding their own too. That helps, right? You said
it's one of the best feelings, when you can beat someone like that.
Yes, it's true, and it makes you think, oh, maybe I do deserve to be here, or I'm right there with them. So that builds your confidence into the next round.
Yeah, and then you're calling up the USC or UCLA and say, why didn't you
Yeah, you missed me.
Years ago, you could have recruited me.
You blew it. Yeah.
You blew it.
Being with Chris as a great coach, even though she wasn't like coaching, but you have access to that if you want it. What kind of coach are you when you're teaching?
And when I teach, it's pickleball. I say that a lot, but I like to have fun. The people that are finding pickleball, they're looking for that outlet. I see a lot of them looking for like a stress relief. So we're out there, we're drilling, we're having fun, we're laughing. There's a lot of laughing going on because I just don't want it to be so serious all the time. Imagine that with me, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no, I mean, so I'm really, I hone in on the mechanics of everything. I think that's really important. The mechanics, I say it all the time. Mechanics is the constant. You can rely on it. You rely on it, it's never going to change. It's the same. So I push that so it will limit the errors too. I talk about, most points are because of an unforced error of some sort. So if you can correct mechanics. So I think with pickleball, 3 out of the 4 points are usually because of an unforced error. I don't think much of that has changed. I know it's mostly unforced errors that are in relation to the points. I really focus on mechanics of each and every shot. I drill that into my students. I show them visually. We go through the drills, then we have a game that's related to the drills, and then we actually get on the court and play and then analyze the sequence of the different types of shots, when to use them, higher probabilities, that type of thing. But again, mechanics, fundamentals, that's always going to be the focus of my lessons when I teach. But the most important to me is, aside from that, is having fun, laughing. I'll throw in some odd jokes with my odd sense of humor every so often. And, that's kind of what I do when I teach.
Good.
So what about you?
Well, now that you ask,
what kind of teacher are you?
I'm a chameleon. I tend
What?
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
right? I tend to, you can read somebody. Are these people really wanting to go the distance and really get good so that they want intensity? Or they want to
That's
have
true.
fun? They're not looking to go, any higher than what,
It's good to play good.
Yeah.
It feels good to play good.
It does. You want to get them better, but they're not looking to play tournaments, let's say. They don't want the stress of being,
Sure.
but they love to get better, but they're light about it. They're not intense. So I just kind of adjust to who I'm teaching. And you're right, mechanics are super important to get into their muscle memory so that they can be more consistent. The other thing, I'm focusing more than ever on court positioning and court awareness. And like that, there's really no room for error in pickleball. And you need every chance you can to set yourself up for the best shot you can make. And sometimes there's people that don't have a good sense of court awareness, and they're making so many errors just based off where they're standing versus what the shot is. So I'm trying to get people to understand, how do you know when, when do you take it in the air? When do I let it bounce?
Right.
Where am I standing? Why is it behind me? I didn't get it in front of me. I read it wrong. So you just try to make them aware of that too.
So they get rid of the happy feet and kind of calm it down.
Slow down. You have more time than you think. People serve and then they take a step inside the baseline. They don't get back, and now if somebody hits a really good return.
I love this topic because you hit it right on the head. You have a lot of time. There's more time than you think. How do you get that much more time? I mean, you slow down the game, right? That's huge. Excuse me. You slow down the game, but how do you slow down the game? You quicken your reactions, or you're in the right spot, court positioning, things like that. They all contribute to slowing down the game and making it kind of playing everything in front of you. I just love that. And that is something I've pointed out too. I think that's people, when they first start to play, their feet are excited, they're moving, they're ready to go, they're amped up. They just gotta slow it down sometimes and kind of be patient, and I don't know, Zen.
Yeah, it's true.
Zenden. I've heard that before.
I run really hot on the court. I'm overhitting. I'm excited. I know that, especially in tournaments, if I don't grunt, I will.
Do you have to remind yourself to grunt?
Yes, or I have other people in the crowd reminding me. Yeah. That means I'm breathing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I don't breathe and I tighten up. So by releasing on the hit a grunt, like an exhale, it allows me to stay relaxed versus getting amped and tight. Yeah. So there's little tricks, and also with court positioning, I turn the court on an axis in my head. Okay. So I'm playing the court on an axis versus my half. That way I'm able to get to way more balls.
No kidding. Okay. Yeah. I'm visualizing that right now. I like that. You're right on the exhaling. It's just like you go to the gym, right? You work out.
No, but yes.
Yes, you do. You work out. I'm doing a bench press right now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Remember, I'm visual.
Yeah.
So I'm going down, inhaling, and then as you pushing up, you're exhaling. It's no different than exhaling when you're ripping a forehand or a
100%.
serve, right?
Yeah, and it also you're timing it right.
Right.
There's a connection between the breath and the hit.
When something that I've been working on, not only in my own game but teaching this is going to kind of sound weird. Wherever that person is on the court, right? No matter what, it could be transition zone, it could be in the service area or ground stroke, the net. Okay? The ball's coming at you. What is the highest probability shot that you can put back into the court from that area. Does that make sense? Kind of like
You're in a nanosecond analyzing it.
Yeah, and that's part of that muscle memory part, you know, where it's just natural. Oh, I'm in the transition zone on the right side. Here's what my body's been trained to do in drills, and I can get this shot over there with good success. And then you're doing it, and then by the way, boom, you're at the net. That's how I kind of break it down. Everyone's so different. Turning the court on on an axis. I've never heard that ever till right now.
Welcome.
Well, I'll try. I will try, coach.
But it's interesting, by me moving several inches with my body, I cover several feet.
Smart.
Especially when I'm playing the left side, because I have to cover the middle and they can put it behind me. So if I stay like straight with the court, then I'm off balance. But if I slightly tilt, now I can cover both.
I like it.
Yeah, I'll show you sometime.
Well, I can't cover the court like I used to. You know, having these little tricks.
They help. They help. Well, very good.
You'll have to show me that.
I will. Well, thank you for joining us today, and we'll be coming back with more another time. So
see you later.
Keep it real.
Bye.
If you learned something, or you just felt like you were nodding along thinking, yeah, I've been there, then please follow us or share this with someone that might need to hear it.
Thanks for spending time with us. See you next time on Keeping It Real with Gina and Neil.